Hi everyone, welcome to the sixth session on C programming. Today we will see about relational and logical operators and conditional statements. The contents of today's session are your learning outcomes, relational operators in C, then logical operators in C, then conditional statements in C, and how to nest conditional statement C, and the summary of understanding. So your learning outcomes are you will learn about relational operators, then you will learn about logical operators and their use in C. Then you will learn to impose conditions based on these relational or logical operators. You will learn to impose conditions with the if-else statement. And you will learn to nest conditions with if-else, nesting of operators. The relational operators are less than, like A less than B, greater than, then less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, then equal to is denoted by a double equal sign, then not equal to. These are the relational operators. They are used to check if certain conditions are met. Then there are logical operators like there are logical operations like not and. Okay, not means it is negation. Okay, the girl is intelligent, the girl is not intelligent, that is a negation operation. Then there is and operation, both the conditions should satisfy or all conditions should satisfy. The girl is both intelligent and beautiful. Okay, the girl is beautiful as well as she is intelligent. The girl is both beautiful and intelligent. Girl is beautiful and intelligent. Okay, then there is or statement. Only one of the statements need be true. The girl need be either intelligent or beautiful. Okay, both conditions need not be met. Either she is beautiful or she is intelligent. One of this need to be satisfied. Then NAND is the negation of and. Negation of and. NOR is the negation of the or operator. Okay. So how these are done in the C programming language, we will see a simple code like I have hash include stdio.h. I include the header file, standard IO header file from /user/include. Then void main, within braces I have this code int I equal to 5, j equal to 6, int q1, q2, q3. Okay, here what we see is q1 is I greater than 0. Naturally I greater than 0 is true here because I is 5. Then double ampersand, this shows a logical AND operation. A double ampersand operation shows a logical AND operation. Then ANDed with j greater than 5. We know that both conditions are true. I is 5, so it is I greater than 0 is true. J is 6, so j greater than 5 is true. Then means the q1 should be 1 because both these conditions are met. Then q2 value is, the logical value is I greater than 0 or this pipe sign, this is a or logical or operator, I greater than 0 or j greater than 5. So here also this is also true because both are true. Then q3 is the negated value of I greater than 0. That means I greater than 0 is true, then not of that, that means it is negated, so q3 should be 0. So we will see this output with these printf statements. We will see this demo. Here we can put a now we will run this code here. here the operations are I greater than 0 and I will say a double ampersand j less than 5. I will make it a j greater than 5, just like our code. Okay, so we will run this again. I will clear this. This is not the same code that we saw on the presentation, slightly modified. We will see. Here you can see that the AND output Q1 is 1, OR output Q2 is 1, invert output Q3 is 0. Now we will see what we have done. It is Q1 is I greater than 0 and j greater than 5. When both conditions are true, so Q1 is 1. Here I greater than 0 or j less than 5. So here also both conditions are satisfied. Still then one of it is true, that is Q2 is 1. Then Q3 is I greater than 0, this is true. So when I negate it, Q3 becomes a 0, logical 0. So Q3 is a 0. Now we will make, we will do something like this, like I will make a I less than 0. So that means I will get this Q3 as a 1. Now you can see that Q3 output is 1. I will make this less than 5. So Q1 will become 0 because now it is I greater than 0, that is true, but j is less than 5, that is not true. So when I add this, Q1 should become 0. We will do that again. Now Q1 output becomes a 0. Now if I negate these 2, we can see the Q2 is also now 0. Okay, because both these conditions are logical zeros, because I less than 0 means that is not true, j less than 5 is not true. If I make j greater than I greater than 0, then this Q3 will become 1. Sorry, Q2 will become 1. You know that now Q2 is 1 because one of the conditions is satisfied. So this is how we realize relational operators and impose logical conditions with AND, OR, XOR, NOR, etc. So let us go back to the presentation and see how these conditions are made into conditional statements in C. So the one major conditional statement in C is a if-else statement that is used to invoke conditions on variables. Like I have a code here that is hash include stdio.h main, and within this braces I have a code here that is float a comma b. A and b are declared as floating variables. Now enter the value of a, and a is read as a floating variable with printf and scanf. Now enter the value of b with and that b is read with scanf again as a floating variable. Now if a is greater than b, printf a is greater than b. That is, if this condition is met, then printf a is greater than b. Here also it is wise to put statements that come under the if loop as an intended variable, though not mandatory. It increases the readability of the code. Else, if a less than b, what will happen? That is, printf b is greater than a. Okay, two floating values are read. So if a is greater than b, it prints a is greater than b. If it is not, else it prints b is greater than a. So this is how this works. This is how you put if else. This internal block is preferable, though not mandatory. I have the code here. Okay, the very same code here. This hash include stdio.h main. Within braces I declare floating variables a and b. Then I have to read this a and b. So for that I use two printf and scanf statements. So if a is greater than b, printf a is greater than b \n. Else, that is if a less than b, then printf b is greater than a. Okay. So we will run this code and appreciate that. I will zoom it a little. will say GCC minus O A dot out. It shows a small warning here. I will make it a void main. I will run the code again. So I will run the executable A dot out. So I say 3.45. Then the value of B I say 6.785. Now it prints a statement B is greater than A because that is true. B is greater than A. Okay. Now I run this again. I say A is some 7.986 and B is say 3.459. Now we say, now it gives a message A is greater than B. It makes a comparison and makes use of this if loop to print this conditional statement. If this is true, it prints A is greater than B. If this conditional statement is not met, then it prints B is greater than A. Okay. Now you can do nesting of conditional statements. Like I can do more than one condition can be checked with else if also, like if, else if, else. Okay, we will run this code for time val.c. We will appreciate this code. It's now here what it does is it does more, it checks more than one condition. Like I have this self-same statement hash include stdio.h that includes stdio.h header file from /user/include directory void main. Within this braces I declare a float variable as time. Okay, float time. Then printf enter the time \n, scanf that reads the time. So whatever is printed as a time, that is read. Now if this time is greater than or equal to 0.0 and time is less than 12, that means it is a morning time. Okay, if time is greater than or equal to 0.0 and ampersand, double ampersand, that is an and, logical and time is less than 12, that is time is between 0 and 12. Okay, then it prints good morning. Okay, else if, now else if time is between 12 o'clock and 18, that is 6 o'clock in the evening, then it prints printf good afternoon \n. Else if another condition is invoked. Earlier there was only one condition, if something else. Now I have else if also. Else if time is greater than 18 and less than 24, then printf good evening. Now if I put a value greater than 24, then it prints time out of range. Okay, it's a simple code that that demonstrates the nested conditional statements. So we will run this code and appreciate that. And at the time, so I say 2.3. Okay, so it is a morning time, so it says good morning. I will put 16. Okay, so it's good afternoon. I say 21. It says good evening, that is after 6 o'clock, before 24. Now I put a value greater than that, say 45. So it prints time out of range. That is, for checking multiple conditions, you can use nested conditional statements. I will show the code again. You can see the screen if you want to type up the code. Coming to the end of the presentation, you in this video you understood the relational operators: greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, not equal to, equal to. Equal to is with a double equal sign. Then you learned the logical operators like and, not, or, nor, NAND, etc. Then you learn to impose conditions with the if else. Okay, then you learn to nest conditions with the if else, like what do you call else if. Okay, with the else if statement. And that is the end of this presentation. I thank you all.